Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store talking on the telephone.
Well, I just thought you might know somebody connected with the railroad, Ezra. To Seattle. No, it ain't for myself exactly. Yeah, I admit this is awful short notice to get a reservations, but I just thought maybe you might know somebody or something, someone. Oh. Well, much obliged, Ezra.
Come on in here with me, Grandpap.
All right, Ezra. Goodbye.
Howdy, Lum. Say, Lum, do you know where last week's paper's at? Grandpap wants to read it.
Well, it might be over there on the counter. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, hunt for it over there, Grandpap.
Yeah, all right. There's an article in there about a feller I know. I want to find it.
Was that Ezra you was talking to on the telephone?
Yeah, uh-huh.
What was you talking to him about?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
Now, Lum, you must have been talking about something. Folks just don't get on the telephone and
Abner, will you mind your own business? The
Huh?
trouble with you is you think you have to know every single thing that goes on around here.
Well, I just...
Wait a minute, I believe that was our ring.
Yeah, I'll answer that.
Never mind, I'll get it
Oh,
myself.
Doggy, don't run over me.
Hello, Jot 'em Down store. Lum Edder's talking. Oh, hello, Miss Emaline.
Is she still here?
Why, yeah, coming along fine with the reservation.
I never thought he could do it.
Well, I can't tell you exactly, but you ain't got nothing to worry about, I'll tell you that.
Oh, sounds like she's riding a rod.
Oh, no, it's all settled. Almost.
That's what I figured. Oh.
Well, no, I never got to talk to him direct. See, he was in a big conference right then, but everybody in his office knows me, so there ain't nothing to worry about.
No, not less than she wants to get to Seattle.
Well, I tell you, why don't you let me call you back?
You're right, the blind door.
Oh, don't mention it. I'm just proud to do it for you. Oh, it ain't nothing at all. Just have lots of influences is all. All right. Goodbye, Miss Emaline. How's that? Oh, excuse me. I thought you were saying something else. Goodbye.
You never got the train reservations for her, huh?
Huh? What's that you said?
I say you never got the train reservations for Miss Emaline, huh?
Did you find the newspaper, Grandpap?
Lum,
Yeah,
answer
I
me.
found it. Ain't found what I'm looking for yet, though.
Well, keep looking, Grandpap. Lum, you oughtn't to tell Miss Emaline that you can get her a train reservation to Seattle when you know you can't do it.
Who says I can't?
Well, have you?
Well, not exactly. Well, things like that take time.
Well, Miss Emaline ain't got a lot of time, though, Lum. Yesterday, when I talked to her on the phone, she said she had to get there right away.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst part. Yeah, I know.
Well, what does she have to get there in such a hurry for?
Well, she's got to get there for a wedding.
Is she getting married?
No, it's her little sister and a boy that's in the Navy.
Oh.
The girl's in the Navy, and I don't know which way it is. He's going to land in Seattle, and he just has a couple of days before he's going somewhere else.
What's the matter? Don't you like Seattle?
Well, yeah, sure he likes it. He ain't leaving of his own violation. The Navy's sending him.
Oh. They don't want him to get married, huh?
Well, they don't care.
Huh?
But that's just the way it's worked out.
They do that all the time, huh?
The boy just has them 2 days there, and that's when they have to get married.
Oh.
And that's why Miss Emaline's got to get there in such a hurry.
Huh. Yeah, it's too bad she's going to miss it.
What do you mean, miss it?
Well, you ain't got no train reservation for her, have you?
Well, no, not yet.
Well, why don't you get on the phone there and call up the president of the railroad like you told her he's going to do then?
Well, you see, you can't just pick up
You
the
claimed
phone.
he was such a good friend of yours.
I know.
Leastways, that's the story you told Miss Emaline.
Abner, I don't like your insinuation that was just a story.
Well, is he your friend?
Well, in a way, I'd say yes.
Which way?
Well, of course, I ain't saw him in quite a number of years now. You know how folks drift apart.
Have you saw him since you went to school together?
Huh?
You told Miss Emaline that you and him went to school together, you know.
Did I tell her? Sure. Yeah, that's right, too. Sort of.
Well, where was this school that you both went to?
Well, I never meant we went to the same school together.
Ah.
What I meant was that we went to school together at the same time, but he went to his school and I went to my school.
Together, huh?
And it was just after that we sort of drifted apart.
Oh.
See, that's the way fate works sometimes, Abner. Here we are, me and the president of the railroad company, best of friends, but he's born in one place and I'm born in another. He goes his way and I go mine. He's taking the high road and I taking the low road. That's life.
Yes, huh?
It's just fate that our paths never crossed.
Yeah. Well, that is a shame. I know you miss him, don't you?
Oh, of course. Good old Fred.
Fred.
Yeah.
Yesterday you said his name was Bob.
Oh, yeah. Good old Bob Fred.
Thought his name was Bob Atchison.
Who?
Bob Atchison, the president of the Atchison Topeka Railroad. That's what you said.
Oh, well, that's a different feller. Yeah, I know him, too.
Well,
Just plain Bob.
Who is Bob Fred, then?
Well, he's the president of a different railroad. The Seattle Railroad. That's the one Miss Emeline's going on.
Not unless you and Bob Fred get closer together, and you have been since you quit going to different schools together. You ain't long.
All right, Jiminy, they're going to do it all over again.
How's that, Grandpa?
Where's the world? Going to be the same pigeon-toed thing.
Who is, Lum and Bob Fred?
No, the country.
Huh?
Just reading here in the paper where some flat-footed experts talking about prosperity and all that knock-kneed junk.
Well, what's wrong with prosperity? I've always sort of enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I know what'll happen, just like after the last war. Prices will shoot clean up to the sky and get plumb out of control. $700 for a barrel of sugar and all that.
Doggy Lum, we better stock up on sugar. I believe we can make a good profit on that.
But it won't last long. After that comes the crash. I'll never forget the depression after the last war. Wiped me out overnight. Lost everything.
You never had nothing to lose, Grandpa.
No, but if I had, I'd have lost it. Hate to see the country running into the same spavined-legged thing again, too. Well, I ain't so sure they were going to, Grandpa. I don't know what'll ever stop it. Well, I'll tell you what'll stop it. Me and you and Abner here.
Huh?
All of it. If we just spend our money sensible, not go out and throw it away on stuff we don't need.
Yeah.
We just stick by all the price controls till it's safe to do without them. And if we keep on saving our money and buying victory bonds, we just do them few things, we'll be going a long way towards helping to keep down inflation.
I still think that sugar deal sounds pretty good, though.
Well, there ain't going to be no such sugar deals if we all work along with the government to keep things in line. See, this is a more dangerous time for inflation than during the war.
Not long. I believe that was on a ring there.
No, I'll get it myself. Just watch how you spend your money.
Yeah. Ought to do it.
Hello, jot 'em down, store.
Oh, something I'm going to cut out.
Oh, yeah, Ezra. Who has? Well, for goodness sakes, that's the best news I've heard in a long time. Yeah, sure, I'll call him right away.
Oh,
yeah, this is wonderful. Well, much obliged to you, Ezra. I'll do something for you someday. Well, I don't know what it'll be, but something. All right. Goodbye.
What's the good news, Lum?
Well, I ain't got time to tell you now. I've got to call Squire Skimp right away.
You ain't find out where we can buy a lot of sugar, have you, Lum?
Well, way yonder better than that.
Oh.
Hello? Yeah, it's calling Squire Skimp. What's the matter, Mamie? Oh, his line's busy, huh? Well, get him for me quick as you can, Mamie. Much obliged.
What you calling Squire for, Lum?
This is my lucky day.
Huh?
You know that friend of Squire Skimp's, Mr. Thomas?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Thomas was going to Seattle on business, and now he finds out that he don't have to go after all.
Well, what does that make you so happy for? You want to keep him here?
No, don't you see? He had a reservation on the train, and if I can get hold of Squire, I can have him tell his friend not to cancel it. Then I can get it from Miss Emaline.
Oh, I see. Oh, wait, so what about old Bob Fred?
Wait a minute.
Call
Maybe
him.
that's him. That's our ring.
Bob Fred?
No. Hello, jot 'em down, store. Oh, yeah, Squire. What I wanted was this. I understand your friend, Mr. Thomas, has to give up his trip to Seattle, and I just want to... Huh? You done what? Oh, my goodness. She said what?
Union.
Oh, I see. No, I guess that's all. Yeah, all right, Squire. Goodbye.
What happened, Lum?
Squire found out Miss Emaline was going to Seattle, so he asked her if she wanted Mr. Thomas's reservation, but she said she didn't need it because I was going to get one for her.
Uh-oh.
Now the thing's been canceled.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store pouring out his heart to Abner.
Well, there it is, Abner. I've admitted the whole thing to you.
Yeah.
I don't even know a brakeman on the railroad, much less a president.
Yeah, well, I could tell that all along, Lum. I know that.
I just don't know which way to turn to try to get Miss Emaline a train reservations now. I've just wrecked my brain. I can't think of no way.
Well, did you try calling the ticket agent there at the county seat and just getting one the regular way?
Oh, yeah, I done that right off the bat.
Oh,
But it was too late.
it was, huh?
Yeah, I've tried every way I know of. It just looks like I'm whipped.
Well, Lum, you ought never to have bragged on yourself so much to Miss Emaline and told her you was such good friends with the railroad president. If you hadn't, this never would have happened to you.
I know it. I don't know why I say such things as that, Abner. Or to have my head examined, I guess. Or to be bored for the samples.
Yeah.
I'm just an idiot, looks like.
Oh, well, now, I
No,
wouldn't
I
go-
am.
No, now you oughtn't to go that far, Lum. It's natural for a fella to brag on himself, I guess. Just human nature.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Only trouble with me is I've just got too much human nature, looks like. I overdone it.
Yeah, you did that.
What am I going to do, Abner? There she is with her valise all packed, and she's told all the scholars goodbye, and they've give her a present, a big basket of grapes and oranges.
Well, that's nice. She would have enjoyed them all right.
Well, she even hired Maud Toops to teach in her place while she's gone.
It's going to be hard to talk Maud out of there, too.
Well, that's the least of my worries.
It is, huh?
No, Abner, I might as well admit it. I'm in love with Miss Emaline.
Oh,
Yeah, I am. I know it.
well.
Just can't stand to think of turning out to be such a big disappointment to her.
Disappointment.
Oh, it's terrible.
Well, doggies, you're more than just a disappointment to her. You're the cause of her missing out on her trip. And you're the one that's making her miss her little sister's wedding, too.
Abner, don't say that. Bad enough.
Well, it's the truth, Lum. If you'd have admitted to her that you couldn't get her no reservation, why, then she could have been trying to get one for herself.
I reckon you're right.
Facts is, that's what you'd better do right now, too.
No, I'm afraid it's too late for anything. She's planning to leave tomorrow.
Well, doggies, you better call her up then and tell her the truth right this minute before it gets any later.
Yes, I know I ought to, but I just can't bring myself to tell her.
What, Lum, you've got to do it. That's all there to it. Now, go on, call her
Now,
up.
this ain't the sort of thing you can explain to a woman over the telephone.
All right, go over there and see her then.
Well, it ain't the kind of thing you can explain to a woman to her face, neither.
Well, now, listen, Lum, you've got to tell Miss Emaline something.
howdy.
Hey, howdy, Grandpap. Lum, you've got to talk to
You
her.
want to finish that checker game we started this morning, Abner?
Yeah, just a minute, Grandpap.
Have you still got the board set up?
Yeah.
You ain't moved none of the men, have you?
No, it's just like we left it. See it right over there on the counter. You can look at it for yourself. You don't believe
yeah, I
me.
better check on that.
Go ahead, check.
I recollect just where all the men was located at, too.
Now, listen, Lum. Don't just wait a minute. Look there. There she goes across the street there, Lum. Look right over there. Now, this is your chance. You just go out there and talk to her and tell her all about it now before it's too late.
I just can't do it, Abner. Stop shoving
Well,
me. I've seen the
well,
thing.
you go ahead now. You've got to tell her the truth. That's all there to it now. You've always told me that. Tell the truth. That's
All right, if it don't work out, though, it's your fault.
All right, I don't care.
Hey, wait a minute. This man here's been moved, Abner.
It ain't no such a thing.
It was sitting right over there when I left this morning. Now it's right here. Look at that.
Let me see. Doggy, you must have moved it yourself then.
I never done no such a thing. Why would I move a man to help you?
Well, all right, put it back in. I don't care, doggy. Won't start no argument. The board might have just got juggled around a little. I don't know.
Bet your life I'll move the pigeon toed thing back.
But I'll move it
Better,
back,
right?
move. All right, just move it back. Do any good. It's my turn to move, though. You recollect that, don't you?
Well, I don't know where it is or not.
It is, done it.
Go ahead, though.
I know it's my turn, 'cause you moved that man right there just before we had to stop playing this morning.
All right. Go ahead and be first. I don't care if you want to cheat.
Let's see. I ain't cheating. Just want to be honest. Forget what my plan was now. I had you beat there somewhere.
Where was Lum going in such a hurry?
Huh?
I say, where was Lum going in such a hurry?
Oh, I seen Miss Emaline going across the street there, and I wanted him to talk to her.
Miss Emaline, you say?
Yeah. And I believe I'll move that little man right there.
You know what reminds me, Abner?
Go ahead and play. Don't talk so much, Grandpa.
Well, that reminds me, I got a telegram to deliver to her.
To Miss Emaline?
Yeah, just recollected it. I was on my way to her place when I come in here. I reckon I better get on over there.
Well, wait a minute. Make another move first. You got time for that. She ain't home no way.
Well, I hate to hold up the telegraph service, though. You know how I take a pride in my delivery job.
I know you do.
I like the rest of mine, too.
Well, I don't blame you.
Yes, sir. I believe that's the man for me to move right there.
That's good. I was hoping you'd move that.
Well, wait a minute.
No, that's your move. You taking your hand off. That's a move.
Let it go. Nobody can do much damages, no way.
Well, you'll see, doggy. You'll see.
You know, I ought to get this telegram delivered.
Yeah, you ought to, Grandpap.
Maybe if I'd rush out now, I could catch up with her.
I don't think she wants to be interrupted right now, Grandpap. Her and Lum are having a talk about something.
I like to speed these telegrams right through. Get them right through on time.
Well, that's a good idea. All right, yeah. Go ahead and move. She'll move. We'll move that right there.
Reckon I got time?
Why, sure. For one move, sure.
I have to study, you know.
Well, study fast. That's the thing to do.
See here.
What the telegram say, Grandpap?
Huh?
I say, what's in that telegram?
Oh, Abner, I'm studying here. Don't interrupt me.
Oh, for the
Man can't play checkers unless he concentrates on the game. I've always said that.
Well, just tell me what the telegram said.
I don't know what it says. Besides, it ain't very interesting.
It ain't, huh?
No. It says that some boy's order's been changed, so some wedding has been called off or something like that.
Oh, well, wedding's been called off.
Yes, see here.
Why, that's wonderful.
Huh?
That's the wedding that Miss Emaline was supposed to go to. Her little sister and some boy in the neighborhood.
Oh, and she never wanted them to get married, huh?
Well, no, but she wanted to get out there for the wedding. Doggies, now she don't have to go. Lum saved shores the world.
What are you talking about?
Well, don't you recollect Lum was supposed to get her a train reservation because he was such good friends with the railroad president. And natural, he couldn't do it. He was bragging.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Fact is, that's what he went out there to talk to her about just now, Grandpap. Just stop her and talk to her and admit the whole truth to her.
Tell her he couldn't get no reservations, huh?
Yes. But, dog, this is good news for old Lum. This is his lucky day.
Yeah, I reckon I better get over there with this telegram and rush it through.
Yeah, you better. Wait a minute. Did you move yet?
No, I never.
Well, you better do that real fast, then.
Yeah, let me see here. Really ought to be on my way, though.
Yeah.
Telegraph ain't on time.
You ought to be delivering.
Take pride in being the speediest telegram delivery boy this town's ever had.
Yeah, well, you are, Grandpa. And Lum's the luckiest feller in town, I'll say that for her.
Why is he so lucky?
Why, because now he won't have to get that reservation for her, see?
Oh.
She don't have to go if her sister ain't going to get married.
Natural.
My
There's
God.
my move. Now I better be on my way.
Wait just a minute, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Didn't you move one of my men there? Which one did you move?
That one right there, Smarty.
Oh, yeah, thought you'd move this one here.
But here, I can't argue with you. I gotta be on my way.
You move right there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, Grandpap, I don't know.
Kind of stops you, don't it?
No. I believe I'm setting a trap for you here.
I doubt that.
Let's see now if I move.
Hurry up, so I can make one more move before I leave. Got to rest, you know.
Well, don't rest me.
Got my reputations to think about. Speedy Spears. Hurry up, Ed.
Don't rush me, Grandpap. Just take it easy.
I've got to be
Move
on
that
my way.
Couldn't move it. I'll tell you, why don't you just call up over at Grandpap and read the telegram on the telephone? They do that in the big cities I've heard.
They do.
Why, sure. And that'll give more time for us to concentrate on the game here, too.
Yeah, sure. Save me a lot of footwork, too.
Why, sure it will.
Believe I'll just get on the phone. All right, Jiminy, wait a minute. Here comes old Lum back.
Huh? Long? All right, Dogies, now we can tell him the good news. Oh, he'll just be plumb.
What is the
tickled
good
to death.
news?
That Miss Emaline
Oh,
don't have to make her
forget
trip
about
about
it.
the telegram. That's a... Yeah, howdy, Lum, you lucky critter.
Lucky.
Yeah, wait till you hear the good news. Lum, Grandpap's got a telegram from Miss Emaline telling her that the wedding has been called off. So now she don't have to make that trip out there. Ain't that good?
Why didn't I know that 20 minutes ago?
Uh,
You know, when I told her what I'd done, she broke down and cried.
cried.
Blamed me for making her miss out on her sister's wedding, and I don't know what all.
She did.
And then she said she was going to resign from her teaching job and leave Pine Ridge forever.
Oh, my goodness alive.
And next week she's aiming to tell the school board exactly why she's doing it. I tell you, Abner, I'm a broke-hearted and ruined.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Dogies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jot 'em Down store trying to figure out a way to get Lum back into the good graces of Miss Emaline. Listen.
Well, why don't you call her up again, Lum? Disguise your voice this time.
Yeah, it ain't no use, Abner. She won't talk to me no matter what voice I use.
She won't, huh?
Oh, quick as she finds out it's me, she hangs up.
Well,
She hates me, that's all there are to it. Just hates and despises me.
you can't blame her for it, Lum.
Yes, sir, she just... What do you mean you can't blame her?
Well, me, here she was all set to go to Seattle's for her sister's wedding, thinking you was getting her a train reservation 'cause you promised to do it. Then she finds out at the last minute you hadn't did it. Well, Dogies, I'd be mad too.
Yeah, but it turned out that she never had to go after all. The plans was all changed.
Yeah, but Lum, you didn't know they was going to be changed.
Well, I might have for all you know.
Oh, prattle.
Besides, the point's this. You'd think that after she found out she never had to go after all, she'd stop being mad at me for not getting the reservations. She's unreasonable, that's what she is.
Well, I'll admit she's a little stubborn-headed. you know.
Abner, now just be careful what you're saying about her. That's a woman I love.
Oh, excuse me.
She might be a little unreasonable, but she's still a wonderful woman.
Ah,
And to think that I've lost her now.
well, she's here. You ain't lost. She's over at the school.
Oh, I know where she's at, but I mean I've lost her love.
Oh,
The misery of a broke heart I'll never get over.
well, I saw you with a broke heart before, Lum. You all appear to get over 'em.
Yeah, but this is the brokest it's ever been.
Yes, huh?
Smashed up into little bitty pieces, what it is. Why does anything like this have to happen to a wonderful feller like me?
Well, I can tell you why. If you wouldn't have bragged on yourself and told Miss Emaline that you was such good friends with a railroad president, this never would have happened.
I said we wasn't going to discuss that no more.
Just 'cause Frank Foster told her he know the conductor on a train right away, you've got to pop right up and try to outdo him by saying that you know President Atchison of the Topeka Railroad.
Abner would forget that.
You know, Grandpapa Spears looked that up in the almanac, Lum, and we found out that Atchison ain't the name of the president. That's just a town.
Yeah, I know all that.
Well, why did you say he
Abner,
was...
will you hash up?
Oh.
Got enough trouble as it is. Here I am losing the only woman I ever loved. She's going to resign from her job as schoolmarm, and she's aiming on standing up in front of the school board and telling them exactly why she's leaving.
Uh-oh.
I'll more than likely lose my job as school board president on top of everything else.
Well, I don't think she'll actually resign.
Oh, she'll do it. I know she will. She's a stubborn-headed woman if I ever seen one.
Yeah, she's being a little unreasonable.
Abner, now be careful how you talk about her.
Oh, excuse me.
There's a wonderful woman.
Oh, yes.
In every way.
Yes, sir.
Except maybe when she gets mad.
Yes, she gets mad, I'll say that.
Wished you could have saw that yesterday when I told her I couldn't get her no reservations after all.
Well, I don't blame her, Lum. She had her valise all packed, ready to go, lunchbox packed.
Well, yeah, I know, but that ain't no excuse for a woman to drap and spill her temper right on the street like she done.
No.
Stamped her feet.
Oh, my. I done what?
Stamped her foots.
Oh.
Both of them.
Well, I do know.
Accuse me of deliberate making her miss out on that trip, and I don't know what all.
I'd left us all that.
Then she started crying.
Crying, huh?
Oh, yeah, puddled up there.
They'll do it every time. That's a woman thing.
There ain't nothing you can do when a woman starts crying except stand there and feel uncomfort and embarrassed.
Get out of the house as quick as you can. I've had that experience. Elizabeth does that, too.
Make it worse, Miss Saxon walked by while we started staring at us.
What'd you do then?
What could I do?
I don't know.
Tipped my hat and said, "How to do, Miss Saxon? Nice day."
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, that was her right name.
Yeah, well, that's what they call her. What'd she say?
Nothing, just kept staring and walked on by, sort of walking backwards, looking back.
Well, you know that old busybody, Lum, she's more likely been going around town making up stories about you and Miss Emaline having a big fight. She'll have it to where you hit her by this time.
Yeah, she couldn't be no madder at me if I had her.
Well, tried anything to get you out of it. No, you wouldn't want to hit her.
Tell you, Abner, this is the worst one thing I ever been through.
Yeah.
I've just got to do something. Got to figure out how to get her to change her altitude towards me. I just can't go on this way.
You can't, huh?
Without her, life just ain't worth living.
Well.
Have you got any ideas what I can do?
Well, let's see now what I could maybe study up here. I'll think on it.
She won't talk to me, that's the same.
How about making her jealous?
Jealous?
Yeah, that's all that's good. Whenever anybody comes to me with trouble in the home, that's the first advice I generally give them. Make them jealous, I say.
I don't know. I believe my cases went too far. I don't think that'd help.
It won't hurt to try it. Let her see you out with some other woman.
Some other one?
Yeah.
Who, for instance?
Well, let's see. Ought to be somebody here in town you could go out with. Let's see.
I wonder if that would work.
Winter Abernathy.
Oh, no.
Maud Toop.
Oh, for pity's sakes, Abner.
Aggie Biddle.
Now, that's enough. You can just stop right there.
Sister Simpson.
You can stop right where you're at, because that jealousy idea is just plumb out.
Oh.
Well, I'd be so out with one of them, I'd suicide myself.
Well, how would you? I don't get. Wait a minute. Maybe that's a idea.
What is?
Suicide yourself.
Huh?
Well, I don't mean actual do it. Just sort of get Miss Emaline to thinking that that's what you're going to do, you know.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe you have got an
Yeah,
idea.
I believe that'll work.
I wonder if that would do some
Well,
good.
sure it would. Wouldn't hurt to try it. Wonder what'd be a good way for you to do that.
Yeah.
Rope's always nice.
No, I don't much care for that.
No, let's see.
Sort of lean towards the mill pond myself.
You've got to do more than just lean towards it, Lum. She'll never believe you're serious if you just lean. You got to jump right out into the middle of it.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you might get up on top of the store and dive off into a bucket of water.
No, I know the feller tried that once, and he never liked it.
You could go over and slap old big boy Bates. That's as near suicide as I know of.
I ain't gonna have no... I don't really want to suicide myself. I just want her to think I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Dogged, I had a good idea, too, but it won't work.
Might
That's the way you feel about it.
set up on top of the schoolhouse.
Set up on. Well, that ain't gonna suicide you.
No, that's right.
Unless some crow or eagle flies down on you and pops you on the head. So, but I could tie you to the railroad track, only I'm afraid that's serious, that stuff.
Well, I've got to do it pretty quick before she resigns and leaves town.
Yeah, well, I don't like that mill pond idea, Lum. I don't believe she'd go that far out of town to see you do nothing. You better do something over there near the schoolhouse where she'll see it. You want her to look at it.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well, sitting on it ain't gonna help none. You fell off, now you got something there. Turn a flip off of that.
No, that's what might happen. Let's figure out something closer to the ground.
Closer, huh?
Yeah,
Little bitty
I don't want to do nothing too definite.
No.
Maybe just a bad accident would be enough.
Bad accident?
Yeah.
Accident? I dog is waiting. What?
Well, for instance, she was on her way home from school this afternoon. She was to see me walk out into the road and get hit by a car. I bound you she'd speak to me then, wouldn't she?
Well, she could think of something to say. I reckon she would, yeah.
Well, don't worry. She can think of something. Oh, my darling Lum, are you killed? Can I help you? I'm so sorry.
The answer's yes, Lum. She's going to have an awful short conversation. I believe you overdid it on that accident.
Well, I don't aim to get hurt but just a little bit.
Get a car run over you and not hurt you just a little bit?
Well, I'll have whoever's driving the car go slow.
Oh.
Wonder who'd be good to get for that.
Oh, let's see. Might not anybody in town to go for that idea.
I don't trust Cedric. He always drives so dead blame fast.
Well, how about me?
Oh, no.
Now, Lum, I'd be proud to help you out. I'd just love to do it. I never have run over nobody in a car yet.
No, I'd rather not have you neither.
Well, I'll drive slow.
Yeah, but your steering's bad.
I don't care. I'll hit you, don't
Crazy
worry.
way you drive a car, you're liable to run into me.
Well, that's the idea, ain't it?
Well, yeah.
I'll run over you and then back over
No,
you
no.
again. I'll fix you.
Well, you ain't got a car, though.
Well, I might could borrow one. I know, dog, as anybody'd let me have a car for... wait a minute. There's a fella I can get right there.
Huh?
Cedric, we hunt coming up out there. He'll let me use his car. I know he will.
Well, all right, but you got to promise to be awful careful, though.
I will. Don't worry. Howdy, Cedric. Come on in here. I want to ask you something, old feller.
Yes, Lum, I bet I know what the answer is, whatever it is. Just wait till I give this to Mr. Lum.
What is it, Cedric?
It's a note from Miss Emaline.
Well, a note from.
Yes, Lum.
Well.
Miss Emaline. Granny's give it here, Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the deal's off, Abner.
Deal's off?
Yeah, she must have saw her mistake and wants to apologize. Bless her heart.
Oh, Dad, blame it all.
What was you want to ask me, Mr. Abner?
Nothing now, Cedric. Our whole plan's being ruined now. It looks like Dad, blame it all.
Oh, my goodness.
Too. What's the matter?
It's her resignation.
Huh?
She's sure enough resigning. Oh, me.
Hey, you better go home and get your car, Cedric. The deal's back on you.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, dog, as long I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Cedric in Cedric's car parked just around the corner from the schoolhouse. And Lum is giving them some last-minute instructions.
Now, let's run over this thing one more time and see if you fellas have got it.
Now, listen, Mom, you better be getting on down there to the schoolhouse now. All the young'uns has done left the schoolhouse, so school must be over, surely.
Yeah, but it takes Miss Emaline about 10 minutes to straighten up her desk and close up the schoolhouse.
Yeah, she's got to primp a little, put that artificial coloring and flavoring on herself.
Yeah, I don't want to get down there too early and have to stand around.
Well, no, but you don't want to miss her neither. You got to be there right at the right time.
No, but I don't want her to think that I planned this whole thing.
Oh, no.
Got to look like I just accidentally walked out in the street and got hit by a car.
Yeah. Just sort of a accidental accident, you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, recollect, here's what we're going to do. Are you listening, Cedric?
Mom?
He asked you if you was listening, Cedric.
Oh, yes, Mom, I'm listening, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lum.
I was just wondering if I had 3 feet, would the extra foot be a left one or a right one?
What? Oh, for goodness sake, such a thing to wonder about, Cedric.
Well, a feller'd have to buy a pair and a half of shoes. That's going to run me into money.
Well, Cedric, you don't have to worry about that. You ain't got 3 feet, so just let it go.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, is that a relief.
Lord, he's such a boy. Go on, Lum. You better hurry, though. Now. She's going to be coming out of the schoolhouse any minute. Be quiet now.
Somebody must have told me I'd growed another foot.
Yeah, listen, Cedric. Just be quiet and listen.
Well, here's the plans. I'm going to walk down to the other side of the street, and when I see her come out of the schoolhouse, I'll raise my right arm, and that's your signal.
That's when we start up the car and run over you.
Well, no, not yet.
Ah.
All you do then is just start the motor.
Oh, yeah, that's
And when I get to the middle of the block, I'll raise my left arm, and you swing around the corner and head down towards me.
That's on your left arm, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll cut across the street and...
That's when we run over you, right there, boy.
Well, Abner, don't be so anxious.
Well, that's what you want us to do, ain't it?
Yeah, but, well, I still wished I'd have had a harder time talking you into this. You're too willing.
Well, I just want to do a good job, Joel. You know me, whenever I do something, I want to do it.
I know. Just take it easy on this job, though.
Oh.
And recollect, be sure and aim right. Hit me with the spare tire.
Spare tire? You mean you want us to back into you?
No, Cedric's tied a spare tire onto the front end of the car.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
That's to sort of cushion the blow when you hit me.
Yeah, that'll help, I believe.
And be sure that's where you hit me, Cedric. Don't get to one side or the other and hit me with a fender or something.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, Mr. Lum. It ain't got no fenders on it.
Oh, look at there, Lum.
Well, the wheels then. I just recollect this. When Miss Emaline rushes over to ask me if I'm hurt, I want to be able to hear her.
Yeah. Well, you better hurry now. Get going.
And another thing, be sure and hit me while I'm crossing that spot in the road we picked out.
I know where it's at, yeah.
After that rain last night, that's about the only dry place there is.
Yeah, that looks pretty dry and solid right there.
I don't want to be all muddy when she gazes down in my eyes. I want to look my best.
Yeah, well, we know all that, Lum. If you don't hurry now, you're going to miss her.
Well, I just want to be sure the plans is all straightened out and you understand everything.
We got 'em straight. You got 'em straight, ain't you, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, I think so. Supposed to hit Mr. Lum with my spare tire.
Yeah, that's right. The one in front, though, Cedric. Don't back up at it.
I don't know where I ever told you or not, Cedric. The idea of this whole thing is to make Miss Emaline sorrowful because she's mad at me.
Yeah.
If I can get her sympathies roused, maybe she'll speak to me.
We're going to run over Lum. That's the idea of the whole thing.
Well, I know that, but I never did know why.
Yeah, that's the idea of it, Cedric. Don't make no difference, just so we run over him. That's the main thing.
Just to get her sympathies roused. I don't want to get hurt. Recollect that, too.
No, you won't much, I don't think, Lum. That tar, that's going to cushion things for you, I believe. Yeah, well, you better get on going now, Lum. Hurry up. Get on down there now. It's going to be too late, Lum. You'll miss her, sure to world.
Here I go.
Yeah. Go on now. Oh, wait a minute, you forgot your flowers here. Wait a minute.
Granny, I'm glad you thought about that. Well, you recollect what you're supposed to do about the flowers, don't you?
I know all about that. When you're laying there in the road, I'm supposed to take the flowers out of your hand.
My clutched hand.
Your clutched hand, and then with tears in my voice, I'm supposed to hand them to Miss Emaline and say, "Poor Lum, he was bringing these to you."
Yeah, that'll get her.
Yeah.
That's sad.
What, Cedric, you ain't got 3 feet. Is that what you're crying about?
No, I don't know whether I can go through with this or not.
Oh, you mean about running over Lum and the flowers? Yeah, that is.
Well, I don't hit him, I don't mind, but them flowers, that's sad.
Well, Cedric, it ain't so sad. It'll be fun after we get started. We're going to have
I don't like your altitude about this.
Well, I'm just trying to help you out, Lum.
Well, you ought to be a little unhappy about it instead of being so anxious to hit me and hurt me.
I ain't anxious to hurt. You're the one that wanted us to do this, Lum. Makes me happy to help a friend out. I love to help a true friend. Just love to do it.
All right, hand me the flowers. I better get going.
Yeah, you better. Here they are, right there.
How many days ago did you pick these, anyway?
Well, I figured you'd want them to look like they'd been in an accident, Lum.
They do. They look like a steamroller'd run over them.
Oh, them'll be dandy.
What is them, goldenrods?
Well, they're just some wildflowers me and Cedric picked around.
Well, Miss Emeline's got the hay fever. That's a fine come off.
Well, Lum, it's too late to do anything about it now. You told me to get some flowers, and I went out and got you some.
I reckon so. Well, you'll have to do. I'll see you fellas later.
Yeah, we're bound to run into you sooner or later. Hey, Doggy, did you hear what I said, Cedric? I said we're bound to run into you sooner or later.
Yes, Mom, I heard what you said.
Well, that's a joke, Cedric.
Oh, yes, Mom.
Run into you sooner or later.
Oh,
we're going to run over.
That's a good one, too.
I get off a good or no.
I don't know how you study them things up so fast.
Well, I'm pretty much of a Josh, I reckon. I recollect one time, old Charlie Redfield.
Mr. Abner, there's something I ought to tell you, I think.
Well, what is it, Cedric?
Well, you know, Mr. Lum said when I hit him, I ain't supposed to be going over 4 miles an hour.
That's right. That's what he said, yeah.
Well, see, once I get this car of mine going, I can't idle it down less than 15 miles an hour or I'll kill the engine.
What? 15?
Yes, Mom. The throttle's jammed or something, or the spark plugs is out of it. I don't know.
What?
Junk sparks backfiring on the muffler or something. I don't know what it is.
Can't you slow it down somewhere or other, Cedric?
No, my only thing I can do is just throw it into reverse and stop it.
Oh, my goodness alive. Well, why didn't you tell Lum that?
Well, I just sort of hate to worry him.
Well, I guess you're right, Cedric. He has got enough worries on his mind about that poor feller. He's just worried to death that Miss Emaline ain't going to speak to him no more. Cedric, maybe you ought to start stopping right after you hit him. That ought to slow it down a little. He'll slow it down. Hitting him's going to slow it down.
He'll break her fall.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to what I was telling you about that gooder and I got on.
Oh, yeah, Joe.
Yeah. See, which one was I going to tell you?
About Mr. Charlie Redfield.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
That's it.
I'm just full of them funny stories. Well, anyway, I said to Charlie Redfield, Charlie, he was standing there at Walt Bates' place over there.
There's Mr. Lum's right arm.
He's
He's giving us a first signal.
Oh, yeah. Well, start the engine, Cedric. Start it.
Yes, Paul.
Hurry up. Doggy, you know this is kind of fun, Cedric.
Wait a minute. Let's see if I got my key turned on.
Yeah, turn it on then. Hurry up, Cedric. We got to hurry.
Start looks like.
Well, just keep trying. Hey, Lum! Lum, tell Miss Emaline to wait a minute. We can't get the car started.
I don't believe he can hear you, Mom.
Oh, for goodness sakes alive, Cedric.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, that's the time.
Has he given a second signal yet?
Oh, my goodness, yes, he might not broke his arm waving at us.
Well, maybe we better start her up then.
Yeah, let's go.
I can get this thing in gear.
Yeah, don't miss him now, Cedric.
Hang on, Mr. Abner.
Yeah, there we go. That's Doggy. Pop my neck.
I love to do that.
Don't get over in that mud, Cedric.
No, Mom, I
Yeah.
ain't. Well,
Is this the slowest you can go?
yes, Mom.
Well, now, be sure and hit him with the spare tire now.
Yes, Mom.
Can you see him all right, Cedric? That's him with the flowers there.
Yeah, I wish he'd stand still, though. It's hard to aim at him this way.
Doggy, he is jumping around there, ain't he? What's wrong with him?
Don't know. Oh, I just hope I don't miss him.
Oh, you won't. Doggy, this sure working good. Hey, look at all the people watching.
Oh, big crowd out front.
Yeah. There's Miss Emaline right out there in front. There she is. She'll see it. Hey, watch out, Cedric. Lum's jumping to the right there. Get him,
Crazy idiot.
Look out for the mud, Cedric.
Doggone it, I missed him.
Well, don't stop now, Cedric. Keep going. Keep on going. Look what you done to Miss Emaline. She's covered from head to foot with mud.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store. Lum is just entering.
Come in. Oh, it's just you, Lum.
Yeah, it's me. What do you mean, just me?
Well, I thought maybe it might be a customer coming in. I was bent over here behind the counter trying to straighten up these tablets here.
Oh, me, let me sit down. Well, it's me, all right. Well, it is what's left of me.
Well, whereabouts have you been?
Granny's on war to a frazzle. War to a frazzle.
Well, sit down. Oh, watch me now. Don't sit on the cat. Get out there, Gertrude.
Geraldine. That's Geraldine.
Oh, I can't tell them apart. All them great cats running around here.
Get on back in the feed room with your baby.
You had me worried, Lum. I thought maybe you'd went somewhere and sure enough suicided yourself this time.
No, I almost wished I had it, though.
Well, you know, Lum, I thought of a new way for you to do it, and it's a dandy, too, you know it. I'll tell you what you can do, Lum.
Well, don't bother to tell me.
It's a gooder.
That's the way that car hit Nighty turned out yesterday. I don't want no more of your ideas.
Well, now, Lum, the reason that never worked because you was jumping out of the way. Cedric tried to steer the car into you, but you got over too far to one side of the road there. We couldn't hit you.
Well, who wouldn't the way you fellas was coming at me? Must have been going 100 miles an hour.
We weren't no such a thing. Weren't over 20 mile an hour.
Well, whatever it was, you'd have sure killed me if you'd ever hit me. Was that what you was aiming on doing?
Why, no, of course not.
I told you and Cedric both not to go over 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, Lum, see, the trouble was that Cedric's car won't go that slow. 15 mile an hour is about as slow as he can do in that thing. Something's wrong with the carbonator, the throttles, or something. I don't know. He said, but I don't know.
Well, it burnt the whole plan anyway.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, you fellas had to go and splash mud all over Miss Emaline.
Well, we had to swerve over toward that mud puddle trying to hit you, Lum. It was your fault you let us over
Let's just not discuss it. I don't even like to think about it.
I don't either. Another 2 inches and we'd have got you sure as the world. Whereabouts was you at today, anyway?
Oh, over at the schoolhouse.
Schoolhouse? You ain't started in school again, have you?
Oh, I thought maybe I might get a chance to talk to Miss Emaline while all the young'uns was out on the playground during lunchtime.
Oh, well, did you see her?
Yeah, I seen her.
Well, good.
But she never seen me.
Oh,
Leastways, she never let on like she did.
oh. Well, did you say anything to her?
I never got close enough to her to say anything.
Well, that ain't so hard to do. Just walk right up to her desk and start talking.
Well,
Pop your fingers at her to get her attention.
She weren't at her desk, though. She was outside on the playground with the young'uns umpiring a baseball game.
Oh. Well, what'd you do? Just stand there?
No, I moved around a little.
Oh.
Not much, so.
Look down at your feet, huh?
No, I never looked at my feet.
Oh.
I tried to make out like I was inspecting the schoolhouse. See if it needed any repairs or anything like that.
Yeah, well, that was a good idea. Did it?
I don't know. I never noticed.
Well, a fine school board president you are, Lon. You mean you couldn't see that stovepipe hanging to one side there?
And that ain't the reason I went over there. I've just got to get her to talk to me again. I don't think I can live another day this way. You don't know what a terrible thing I'm going through, Abner.
Well, I can tell it's affecting you something wonderful. I noticed when you come in the store, Lon, you even walk different.
Well, that's just on account of my leg.
Your leg.
Yeah, I think I pulled a liniment in it.
Well, how in the world did you do that?
Well, while I stand there watching that baseball game, a fly ball come over in my direction, so I figured if I could catch it and take it over and hand it back to her, she'd have to say something to me. Thank you, or much obliged, or something.
Miss Emaline.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. Good idea. Good head work. I'd dog as you're using that little old brain of yours. Yeah, what anybody says, you use that thing.
Head work is right. I run over there and jumped at least 3 foot in the air to try to catch it, but I must have jumped a little too high because the dad-blame ball hit me right smack in the face.
In the face?
Yeah, I seen stars for 10 minutes.
Oh, that must have hit you awful hard if it pulled a liniment clean down in your leg.
Well, I done that when I jumped. Or when I fell, one.
Did you fall, too?
I must have.
Oh.
The next thing I know, that little Blevins girl was picking me up.
You mean little Bunny Blevins?
Yeah, guess so.
Bless her heart. Bless her little heart.
It was embarrassing, whoever it was.
Well, then, did you hand the ball back to Miss Emaline?
I don't know, Abner. I was just humiliated. I got up and picked up my comb and pencil and pocketbook and got out of there as fast as I could.
Well, who won?
Who won what?
The baseball game.
I don't know who won.
You mean you never even waited to find out?
Abner, who cares about a baseball game at a time like this?
Well,
I never even cared who won the World Series.
I guess
I'm a miserable man. You ain't got no ideas how I'm suffering.
Well, I believe your face is a little swole up there where you got hit on.
That's the least of my trouble. The physical tortures ain't got nothing to do with it compared to the mentality anguishes I'm going through.
Oh, but I never had no idea it was that bad.
Oh, I tell you, Abner, it's terrible.
Must be.
My mind's in a constant turmoil.
Well, now, Lum, don't take it so hard. Even if Miss Emaline does tell the school board she's leaving on account of you, why, they might not fire you from being school board president.
Oh, well, I don't care about that. They can take that job away from me or anything else I've got. That ain't what I'm worrying about.
Well, what in the world is it then?
Abner, can't you understand? I'm losing the woman I love.
Oh,
I can't let that happen. I just got to win her back some way.
Well, Lum, why don't you just go over there to the boarding house where she stays and just have a nice long talk with her? Do it tonight. Get it over with.
Where do you think I was at last night? I went over to the boarding house at 5 o'clock and told Sister Simpson to tell Miss Emaline that I wanted to see her.
That was exactly the thing to do.
That was the biggest one mistake I ever made in my whole life.
It was, huh?
I sat there in that parlor from 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock, waiting.
2 hours, huh?
3 hours.
Oh, sat there an extra hour. Well, was you by yourself all that time?
I wish I had been. Maud Toop sat in the rocker next to me practical the whole time I was there.
Oh, well, that was nice.
Nice. Have you ever sat for 3 hours and listened to Maud Toops tell all about her ailments?
Well, not for 3 hours. No, I don't believe I have.
She claims there ain't a doctor in the country that can figure out what's the matter with her. She's the only one that knows.
Well, she ought to know. That's all she's been studying on for the last 30-odd years. I never seen nobody enjoy poor health like she does.
Well, if she ever finds out there's nothing wrong with her, she'll just run plumb out of conversation, I know that.
Yeah, well, did you ever get to see Miss Emaline?
Oh, yeah, I seen her. I wish now I hadn't, though.
What happened?
Well, at 8 o'clock, she comes rushing into the parlor, all dressed up, smiling.
Well,
my heart just starts pounding, and I stand up, and she walks right on by me and grabs hold of Frank Foster's arm like it was a rope somebody threw her while she was drowning.
Frank Foster? Where'd he come from?
I don't know. Walked in the front door just then. She must have been watching for me from the upstairs window.
Did they go summers together then?
Must have.
Oh.
You ought to saw her, looking up into his eyes, laughing. I hate and despise that snake in the weeds.
Miss Emaline?
No, Frank Foster.
Oh, him.
Granny, I've got to save her from him, Abner.
Save her?
Look, will you do me a favor?
Why, sure, if I can. I don't believe I could whip Frank Foster, though. He's bigger than I am.
I don't mean that.
I could use a baseball bat, I reckon.
It ain't that.
Texas leaguer him a little.
Look, Miss Emaline won't talk to me no matter what I do.
Bunny done a third base.
So why don't you call her up and tell her how sorrowful I am that everything turned out the way it did, and then start telling her what a wonderful man I actually am. How kind and thoughty I am. How good-looking and intelligent I am.
Oh, just make up a lot of stuff, huh?
Tell her the truth.
Well, now, make up your mind, Lum. One minute.
I'll ring her up for you.
Tell what he wants me to tell her.
You don't know how much this means to me, Abner. You just got to do it. I'm dependent on you. Tell her that Oh, wait a minute. I think I hear her lifting the receiver. Here.
Oh, well, don't shove it clean down my throat. Hello, Miss Emaline. This is Abner Peabody. Lum is a sorrowful man. Lum is sorrowful. He's a wonderful man.
Tell her I got a heart of pure gold.
He's got a heart of pure gold heart or something. Huh?
Tell her I love dogs. Tell her.
How's that?
Tell her I'm the finest man you ever know.
Oh, keep quiet. I can't hear a word she's saying.
Well, listen to her. Don't miss a word of it.
How's that again, Miss Emaline? Sort of rack them up and shoot them again. I missed out there somewhere.
She'll recollect everything she said. I want you to tell
You're
me.
going to what for him?
What's she gonna do? Invite me something?
Oh, well, yes, Mom, I'll tell him. Yes, Mom. Goodbye.
What'd she say? And hurry up and tell me. What'd she say?
She said she's going to call the town marshal and get out of injunctions against you.
Injunction?
Yes, sir, and if you try to phone her or bother her again, they'll throw you in jail.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jot 'em Down store discussing this latest development.
Well, now, Lum, can she do that? Get out one of them conjunctions again you?
Injunctions, Abner. I've told you that 1,100
Well,
times.
whatever it is, can she get one out?
Why, sure she can. I know good and well that town marshal of ours, old Uncle Henry Lunsford, would just be glad as anything to do it for her. He's always trying to get something on me.
Oh, well, that'll tickle Uncle Henry to death to get to spring that on you, sure.
I think he's jealous because I'm a higher-up official than he is.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it, yeah. Well, Lum, does that mean that you can't even talk to her without getting me arrested?
Yes, I can figure out it does. See, she claims I've been annoying her.
Well, you ain't been knowing her. About all you done is hang around the boarding house trying to see her, try to call her on the telephone all day, kept her from getting her railroad tickets to see her sister's wedding, and be the cause of her getting all splashed with mud in front of everybody. That's all you did.
Well, I don't see how you can call them little old things annoying.
Why, of course not.
She's just mad at me, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, well, women are sort of peculiar animals, I reckon. I've been married to one for a long time, and to be honest, Lum, I don't understand Elizabeth. I might as well admit it. I do not understand her.
Well, I understand them pretty good myself, psychology and all that, but this woman has just went too far.
Well,
Getting out of injunctions against the justice of the peace is just something you don't do. Especially when it's me, it's a disgrace on me, is what it is.
Tis, huh?
I think it is. And I ain't at all happy about it neither.
Well, I can't say it, I blame you.
And what's more, I don't aim to sit here and take that kind of treatment off of nobody.
Good for you. Who ain't?
Not even the Queen of Sheba.
No, sir, I don't get it. Who?
The Queen of Sheba's, I say.
Who's she?
Oh, you've heard of her.
I don't believe I have. Where she live over at board camp?
No, tells about her in history books.
Oh, damn.
There's these people called the Shebas, and she was the queen of them.
Who was the king?
Her husband, I reckon.
Old man Sheba, huh?
Don't believe it ever mentioned him.
Must not been much account that a woman run him that way. More likely she was one of them bossy women. Run him in the Casto Bowl.
I don't know. I never thought about him before. Never did hear the King of Shebas.
Well, far as that goes, I never have heard of neither one of them.
Well, anyway, that's who Miss Emaline acts like she thinks she is.
King of Sheba, huh?
No, the queen.
Oh.
And I'm too big a man in the community to put up with anything like that. I just ain't gonna do it.
I wouldn't either.
I've got my own reputations to think about.
Why, sure you have. Yes, sir, you're right, boy.
I done everything a man could do to try to make up for that railroad ticket mix-up. Practical crawled on my knees on broke glass is what I done.
Did you do that?
Well, the same as.
Huh?
Humiliations I've been through. Hurt me worse than the broke glass would.
It did.
No, sir, Abner, I just ain't gonna stand for it.
I'm proud to hear you say that.
Nobody can treat Lum Edders that way and get by with it.
That's the time.
I believe I'll just tell that woman just what I think of her and that injunction idea.
Now you're talking. That's the thing
What's
to do.
more, I'm going to do it right this minute.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got my mind made
Yes,
up. Out of the way,
Well,
Abner. Let me get to that phone.
Knock a feller down. Yeah, call her up. Don't mince no words.
Nobody can push Al Editor out.
No, sir.
I'll show
Nobody
her.
can push it. I don't. Wait a minute. You can't do that,
Huh?
You get
Wrong
thrown in
number?
jail. No, that injunction.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Yeah,
right.
hang up the phone. Don't
Right.
you?
I'm glad you thought of that.
Yeah.
Save me from getting arrested there.
Yeah, good for me. Using my head.
Woman has sure got me where she wants me. I can't do nothing, it looks like.
No.
Can't even talk to her long enough to defend myself.
Yeah, she got you all right. Ain't no 3 or 4 ways about that.
You know what I think I'll do, Abner?
No, what?
It's a little drastical, but I've just got to do something.
Yeah, what is it?
I think I'll just quit going with her.
Quit, going with Miss Emaline?
Yes, sir. Think I'll just break off our engagement.
Well, how can you do that, Lum? You ain't never been engaged to her yet, have you?
No, but I was aiming on it.
Oh.
I know good and well she was, too. That'll show her.
Yeah, well, it'll at least surprise her if you tell her you're going to break an engagement you ain't even got.
No. I ain't going to call her or go see her or talk to her or nothing.
Well, you can. You'll get injuncted if you do that.
That's right, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, even if I could, I ain't going to.
Oh,
I believe I'll just write her a letter. That's what I'll do.
a letter, huh?
Yeah.
Well, can you do that? I thought you weren't supposed to have nothing to do with her at all.
Well, I won't sign my name to it. Then she won't know who it's from.
Oh, yeah, you might do that. Write her one of them anonymous letters. Yeah.
That way she won't have nothing to give me. Where's some paper to write on?
Well, wait a minute. There's a tablet over here someplace. Yeah, this is just some stuff that come in the mail today here.
We're about out of them tablets, ain't we?
Yeah, they're down to 4. That's the time to buy some more, too. Here's a bill from the Pine Ridge Cleaners that come for you in the mail today, Lum. Right there.
Cleaners?
Yeah, right. That's what it says up
Let's
there.
see it. I never had no cleaning done. I ain't had no cleaning done in years.
Huh.
Let's see here.
Had the grass cut over at your place?
One dress.
Dress? Why, Lum, I never even knowed you had one.
Well, it ain't mine, silly. Listen to this. One dress cleaned and pressed for Miss Emaline Platt, $1.50.
$1.50?
Yes, sir. I granted. I bound you that's that dress Cedric's car splashed mud all over day before yesterday.
$1.50 just to clean a dress?
That's what it says here.
Well, Lord, me, she could get a whole new dress for that. And a hat, too, if she wanted one.
Now, what did she send that bill to me for?
I don't know. Well, wait a minute, Lum. Doggies, that was your fault.
My fault?
Why, sure.
Well, yeah, but how did she know it?
Uh-oh. I reckon I forgot to tell you.
Forgot to tell me what?
Well, see, Cedric told me that Miss Emaline got after him for splashing that mud on her, so he just, told her the whole story.
Oh, me. You mean he told her my whole plan about how he's supposed to run over me with his car so she'd get sympathetics and speak to me?
Yeah. See, he said he figured that as long as the plan never worked anyway, why, it wouldn't make no difference if he told her.
Oh, that's fine and dandy. That's grand. That's
Well.
wonderful. No wonder she got out of Injunction. More than likely thinks I'm catched, on top of everything else.
Yeah, more like that. Well, let's see here. I was going to get you some paper so you could write a letter to Miss
How they
Emaline.
do.
wasn't it?
Go blab it to her.
Well,
Let
this
it
tablet
go.
here be all right.
I couldn't even write her a letter.
Why, you can, too. You loll your tongue out a little when you write, Lum, but you can write pretty good. I can read
couldn't
it.
face that woman now if I was paid $1 million.
Oh. Well, how about sending her a postcard?
No, Abner. As far as I'm concerned, me and her... Oh, my goodness, now look who's coming in.
Huh?
Squire Skimp.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't in no mood to talk to him or nobody else.
He come in.
Pest.
Well, gentlemen, lovely day.
Yeah, ain't it?
Howdy, Squire. Can of tobacco? No, thank you, Abner. I just wanted to see Lum on the business matter. It's about the school board meeting, Lum.
School board meeting.
Well, yes, as you know, the board was scheduled to meet this Friday. It seems that there's this little matter of Miss Emaline's resignation to take up. You, of course, received a copy of the resignation, I suppose, Lum.
Copy. You mean you got one, too?
Why, yes, Lum. All board members received one.
Oh.
Now, I've talked to Ezra Seastrunk and the other members, and they're all in favor of postponing the meeting until next week.
Granny's, I'm for that, all right. Give her a chance to cool off.
Yes, good. Well, that makes it unanimous then, Lum. You see, we all felt that this is a very serious matter.
It's serious, all right.
It would indeed be a blow to the education of the youth of our fair community, Lum, to lose a teacher of Miss Emaline's caliber.
Caliber.
Yes, we all feel that she is by all odds the most progressive, likable, kind, and considerate instructor that we've ever had here in the Pine Ridge School.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. So, it was our opinion that, inasmuch as you and Miss Emaline are, sort of...
Yeah.
Am
I laughing?
Rather, friendly, let us put it, Lum. We felt that in the interest of our school system, that you should go to her and have a little talk with her, Lum.
You mean I've got to go over there and talk to Miss Emily?
Yes, Lum. See, we have, that is, myself and the board, we have every confidence that you can persuade Miss Emaline to withdraw her resignation.
Yeah, but Squire, I can't go over there.
We know, Lum, that you'll succeed in this important duty of your office as president of the school board. And, Lum, we want to wish you the best of luck.
But wait a minute,
Our
Squire.
children will be forever indebted to you for this fine deed you're about to do. Well, good day, gentlemen.
Hey, Squire, wait a minute, Squire.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jot 'em Down store. Lum seems to have reached an impasse.
Granny's, Abner, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Well, what do you want me to do, Jess?
No, I want you to tell me.
Well, Lum, I don't know. You keep saying to me, what are you gonna do, like I was your guardian or something. I ain't your papa, Lum. I can't advise you.
I know that. I thought maybe you could give me some ideas what you do.
Well, Doggies, I don't know. I'd be glad to help you out, Lum, but I'm trying my best to think of something. I ain't thought of nothing yet. Don't blame me for
I
it.
gotta think of something quick. If I don't call up Miss Emaline and have a talk with her about her resignation, I'll be failing the school board.
And the youth of our fair community. Squire Skint said that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Come over here with all them big words. If I do call her, though, she'll use that injunction, have me arrested for trying to communicate with her.
Yeah.
Trying to get in touch with her, annoying her, she calls it.
Well, I told you, Lum, my ideas. I don't see why you just don't tell the school board members why you can't talk to her. Just tell them about her getting out that injunctions again.
Oh, no, I can't tell them a thing like that.
Well, it's a true thing.
I know, but they wouldn't understand. How would that look? The school marm having an injunction against the school board president. Did you ever hear of such a thing?
Let's see. Yeah. You and Miss Emaline.
Well, this is the only time such a situation ever came up about you.
Oh?
Well, if that ever got around, I'd be a disgrace to the school board and the laughingstock of the whole community.
Well, I'll tell you this, if you don't do something pretty quick, why, they're bound to find out about it anyway, Lum.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst part about it. No matter which way I turn. Was that our ring?
I don't know. I weren't paying no attention. Might have been. You might as well answer it. More likely another one of the school board members calling for you.
Granny's, I hope not. Don't nobody ever call up for groceries no more. Hello?
I can hear you, that receiver.
Jot 'em Down store. L. Eddard's talking. Oh, howdy, Esri.
Yeah, that's one of them, all right, Ezra. She's...
Why, no, I ain't had time to talk with her yet, Esri.
Stalling her.
Yeah, well, I'm aiming to talk to her today, all right.
And get thrown in jail if he does.
Well, I don't know exactly what time.
She'll injunct him.
Well, I don't believe she'd up and leave town before the board meets and votes on her resignation. I know it's a serious matter, and I'm aiming to take it up with her right away.
Ezra's stubborn.
Well, don't worry, Ezra. I've got the situation well in hand.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, Ezra.
He's a Marine.
I will. Don't worry. Much obliged. Goodbye. Well, every member of the board except Sister Simpson has called me now.
Why do you keep telling that you got the situation well in hand for her? You know good and well you ain't. You ain't did one thing about it, and you know it. You just sit here and say, what am I going to do? That's all you did.
Well, I've got to say something. That just seemed like the only thing to say.
I wouldn't keep telling her. I'd tell him the truth if it's me. You don't even dare to call Miss Emaline on the telephone, and you know it, let alone have a meeting with her. You can't meet her, Lum. She'll injunct you.
Yeah, you're right. That blame injunction.
Say, Lum, I don't his women. I believe I'm getting an idea here. You're an officer for the law. You're a justice of the peace. Why don't you just put yourself in jail, and then you can call Miss Emaline from there?
Oh, no, I ain't going to do that, I know.
Well, if you're already in jail, she can't have you thrown in jail. I believe that's the thing for you to do. Just go down there to the jailhouse and call from right there.
Well, I don't want to go to jail no matter who throws me in there. I just don't want in there.
Yeah, just looks to me like you'd sure be putting one over on her, though. She threatened to have you thrown in jail if you call her, so just call her from the jail. Come on, let's go down to the jailhouse. I'm pretty sure Uncle Henry will let you in.
No, Abner, that's
well,
silly.
I tell you, Lum, I'm a friend of Uncle Henry's. Don't forget, see, I'm the deputy town marshal. That ought to help you get in jail, just saying that you're a friend of mine.
Well, Abner, that's awful thoughty of you to use your influence to try to help me, but I ain't going to take advantage of it.
Well, now, Lum, I don't mind. You'd be surprised what a little pull here and there will do around this town. Come on, let's get back.
Abner, I ain't going down there. Will you get that idea out of your head here and now?
Well, I'm just trying to help you.
I know.
Don't get I sit around here and knock myself clean out getting these good ideas, and every time you just say no. Wait a minute. Was that our ring again?
Yeah, I'm feared it was. Don't answer.
Huh?
It's just somebody else on the school board calling to find out if I've talked to Miss Emaline yet.
Oh. You mean just not answer the phone at all, huh?
No, I've run out of answers for him.
Oh.
Besides, it's just Sister Simpson. She's the only one that ain't called me.
Well, what if it's just somebody calling up to give us a grocery order?
Well, I'd rather take a chance on losing a grocery order than to go through that again.
Well, couldn't I just listen a little bit?
No, now, I don't want you to listen to you.
Well, I'll just hold a recess. So there it is again. Lum, I've got to answer it. That's all there to it. I just can't stand to be in a room where the telephone's ringing and not answering.
Well, just don't listen to it.
I can't help listening to it. I've got awful good ears.
Well,
I hear them.
stuff some cotton in them, then.
I can hear right through cotton. Doggies, when a telephone rings, I know it. I can hit. See, there it goes again. I heard it right there.
Get away from that phone.
Well, now, listen.
I told you I didn't want you to answer it.
Well, what if it's somebody else, though? What if it's somebody calling to tell me that I've been left $10,000?
Now, who in the world would leave you $10,000?
Well, that's what I want to answer the telephone first, to find out.
Now, Abner, you know good and well you ain't got no relates that's got that much money.
Well,
if they did have it, they wouldn't be leaving it to you.
They might. I'm sort of their favorite amongst my relates, I think. It might be a long-lost uncle. I've read about them things happening.
Abner, I told you to stay away from that telephone.
Well, Lum, you're just cheating me out of $10,000. That's what you're doing.
Why, ain't no such a thing. That's silly, Abner. Put down that receiver.
Hello, jot 'em down store, Abner Peabody talking.
Give me that. I told you I don't want you to talk to her.
Now. Doggies. Don't have to break a feller's arm. Thinking that receiver. Look there, you tore the button off my cuff there. Now Elizabeth will bawl me out for it.
Well, maybe someday you'll learn that when I say something, I mean it. You're just making more trouble for me is what you're doing. Trying to make me talk to Sister Simpson when I don't want to.
Well, I kept telling you, Lum, it might have been somebody else, though.
It wasn't a woman's voice on there, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yes, sir.
All right, that proves my point.
Shows
it couldn't have been no long-lost uncle of yours.
Oh. Maybe it was a long-lost aunt.
That's ridiculous. Aunts don't get lost.
They don't?
Leastways, not for long. I never heard of a long-lost aunt.
Let me see now.
Come to think about it, that's sort of funny, too, ain't it?
Yeah, you'd think they'd get lost the same as uncles. Don't get out, bound you, I know what it was, though. I know it weren't an aunt or an uncle, neither one. I know what it was now. That contest, that's what it was.
Contest?
Yes, sir. Doggy, they're calling me up to tell me I win the bicycle show of the world. Good for me. Hooray.
What are you talking about anyway? What bicycle?
Well, that's the prize they're giving in this contest. See, all you had to do was just see how many faces you could pick out in this picture they had drawn. They had faces drawn up in trees and places. It was in the Grain and Livestock Quarterly. That's where I seen it.
Well, what in the world did you want to enter a thing like that for? You're too old for a bicycle.
Well, I weren't when I entered the contest.
Well, for pity's sakes, how long ago was it?
Oh, I don't know. A few years back. Before me and Elizabeth was married, I know that.
4 years married?
Yeah, it was a two-seater. Oh, it was a pretty thing.
Well, you surely don't expect to still hear from them.
Well, see, Lum, in the next issue of the Quarterly, why, this outfit printed a notice in there saying that there'd be a slight delay in announcing the winners on account of they had so many entries.
Well, didn't they ever print the names of the winners in some later issue?
Well, now that I don't know about. See, our subscription run out. That's the last issue we got.
Well, I don't know. I believe that if you've got along without a bicycle this long, you can struggle through a few more years.
Well, yeah, I reckon I could. It ain't the bicycle so much, Mom. It's just a feller likes to be a winner in anything he does. You know how that is. Be a winner if you play. That's my motto.
I wouldn't know about that. The way things been going for me, it looks like I'm a natural-born loser.
Not the way you win the game. It's whether you played or lost. I'll tell you what, Lum, if I find that old magazine, you can enter the contest, too. It's easy, you know.
Well, it's going to take more than a bicycle to get me out of the spot I'm in. What am I going to do, Abner? Everybody's depending on me to go over there and talk to Miss Emaline. And I know what'll happen if I do.
Jail, you mean?
If there's just some way I could talk to her for a few minutes, even.
Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, come in. Howdy, Cedric.
Oh, howdy, characters.
What can we do for you today?
Oh, let's see. What can you do for me? Let's see.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. No, I don't think that's it.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I know.
Well, good.
Oh, it's nothing. Just come over to sit around and loaf. Rest up from school.
Have you been to school today, Cedric?
Yes, Ma. And that reminds me, you know the teacher, Miss Emaline?
Yeah, sure.
Boy, is she mad at you, Mr. Lum. Boy.
Mad at me?
We know that, Cedric.
Yeah, but I believe she's extra mad today.
Well, it can't be nothing I did. I ain't even saw her.
Well, I was over at the schoolhouse, and she tried to call you to talk to you, Mr. Lum, but you wouldn't answer the telephone for a long time, and then when you did, you hung up in her face. Boy, was she mad.
Was that her that called up a while ago?
Well, thank goodness that's who it was. Doggies now still got a chance at the bicycle.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Grandpappy Spears in the Jot 'em Down store discussing Lum's plight.
You mean Lum's over there talking to Miss Emaline right now?
Yeah, that's where he's at, Grandpap.
Went over there in injunctions or no injunctions, huh?
Well, see, he figured that's just about all he could do. The whole school board was depending on him to have a talk with Miss Emaline to try to get her to take back that resignation that she handed in.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And then he knowed, too, that when the story come out why she was resigning, why, everybody in town would always put the blame right on him for it. They'd say he was the cause of Pine Ridge losing the best teacher it ever had.
Well, yeah, she is a good one. So they say, anyway. I wouldn't know firsthand. I ain't in school no more.
Why, of course not. You're way under too old for that. It wouldn't hurt you a little.
But I do hate to see Lum go to jail over this.
Well, I don't know where he will or not, Grandpap. I got my doubts about it.
What about that injunction she claims she's going to get out against him? Said if Lum so much as tried to talk to her even, she'd have him slapped in jail.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that come right down to it, she'd actually do that, though. She's a pretty nice woman.
Well, yeah, she is.
No, Lum won't go to jail. I ain't scared of that at all.
Well, I don't know. Lum's bad luck. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him behind the bar sooner or later. You know how things always turn out for him.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. He generally does get the poor end of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That man was born to have trouble, I do believe.
Yeah.
Can't think of nothing that ever turned out good for him.
Well, now that you mention it, I don't believe I can either.
He's just an unlucky varmint, that's all there are to it.
Yeah, I almost wish now I'd have talked him out of going over there.
Well, it don't make no difference. It was a mistake for him to go over there, all right, but it'd have been just as big a mistake for him not to go. The fates are just again that man.
Well, who?
The fates.
I don't believe I know him. That's some new family moved in here.
No family, silly. It's just, fates. Fates, that's all I know. You've heard folks say fates is again him.
Well, I heard you say it just now, but what does it mean? Who are these fates?
Well, they ain't people, Abner. They're things, like elements.
Elephants? Has he got one of them mad at him, too?
Elements.
Doggies, that's bad. Them things never forget nothing. They'll carry that grudge down to their grave with, I know a feller again.
No, I never said nothing about elephants. I said elements.
What are them?
I don't know. Just drap it. All I know is that Lum is the unluckiest one human I ever knowed.
Well, if he's got all them things again him, he is unlucky. He's worse off than I ever allowed he was.
Oh, he is. Ain't no two ways about it. Unluckiest one human that ever drawed breath, I know.
Doggies, I just hope he ain't having too much trouble right now.
Oh, I shudder to think about it.
Well, there's one good thing about this, Grandpap. Leastways, he'll get this mix-up with Miss Emaline settled, even if it does turn out bad.
Yeah, but with Lum, it won't end there.
It won't.
Why, sure not. Settling this will just push him into some other trouble. You mind what I tell you?
Like going to jail, you mean?
Oh, for him, going to jail be getting off easy.
Well, what else do you think could happen to him?
No telling. With Lum, might nigh anything could happen.
Well, what, for instance?
Oh, I don't know. He'll say the wrong thing. She'll get even madder at him. She'll resign, and before she leaves, burn down the schoolhouse, and Lum will get blamed for it or something.
Now, Lum wouldn't burn down the schoolhouse. Anybody knows that.
Of course not. Lum never aims on doing nothing wrong. Things just turn out that way for him.
Yeah.
He's the unluckiest one human that ever drawed breath.
Yeah. To hear you tell it, he sure is.
Yeah. Ain't I right?
Well, in a way, I reckon you are, Grandpap. He is unlucky.
He never meant to do nothing wrong when he started this whole thing. Just said the wrong thing.
Yeah. Of course, now, he never ought to have told Miss Emaline that he knowed the president of a railroad company. But on the other hand, now, how did he know that she was going to need somebody to help her get a train reservation the next day?
That's what I mean. That's just what I mean. Things just work out that way for Lum. That's fate coming in again.
Where? Oh, no, you're wrong, Grandpap. That's Mousy coming in there.
Huh?
Mousy Gray, you know him. Oh, why you never recognized him? You ought to get some new spectacles.
I can see just as good as you can. Better even. What I'm talking about.
Yeah, howdy, Mousy. Come on in.
Yeah, proud to see you, Mousy.
Oh, hello, Abner. Hello, Mr. Spears. What can we do for you today, Mousy? Say we got some soap powders in today, Mousy.
Hey, I better get some of that for Charity, Abner. She's been hollering her pigeon-toed head off for some of that.
Well, I guess I'd better get some, too. For Gussie, that is.
Yeah. By the way, how is she, Gussie?
Oh, fine.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, here's your soap powders now. Anything else, Mousy?
No, sir. See, I really didn't come in to buy anything, Abner. I just wondered if one of you fellas would take this to the lodge meeting with you tonight.
What is that, Mousy?
Why, it's the minutes of the last meeting.
Oh, well, ain't you going?
No, sir.
Well, you ought to. You're the grand exalted keeper of the scroll.
Yes, sir.
Well, why ain't you going then?
Well, I was going, but, well, I'm having shoe trouble again.
You mean they hurt your feet?
No, sir, I can't find where Gussie hides them.
Oh, I see.
When you get over there tonight, well, tell them if the minutes of the last meeting are not right, why, I'll be happy to change them.
Well, why wouldn't they be right? You was there, wasn't you?
No, sir.
Well, why wasn't you?
Well, shoe trouble.
Oh,
Well, how'd you write down these minutes if you weren't there, Mousy?
yeah.
Well, I got most of them from Gussie.
From Gussie?
Yes, sir.
She wasn't at the lodge meeting.
Well, see, she got them direct from Miss Pomeroy.
Miss Pomeroy.
She ain't a member. That lodge is just for menfolk.
Why, of course it is.
Yes, sir, but see, Miss Pomeroy got it direct from Mr. Pomeroy, and he's a member.
Wait a minute. That stuff that goes on at the lodge meetings is all secret stuff.
Yes, sir, I know it is. I haven't let a single soul read these minutes.
Oh, well, that's different.
Well, here they are, and I certainly appreciate you fellas helping me out.
Oh, don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Well, I guess I'd better get on home, or Gussie will miss me.
Yeah. So long, Mousy.
Yeah, so long, Mousy.
I bet Gussie don't never miss him. With nothing.
Yeah, poor Mousy. I feel sorrowful for him. A life that feller leads.
Oh, yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. Can't call his soul his own.
You could tell he was
More shoe
just
trouble.
dying to go to that lodge meeting tonight. Ain't no one thing he loves better than to stand up there in front of that lodge and read off them minutes.
Oh, I know it. I know it. That woman of his makes him lead a dog's life.
Yeah.
It's a shame he ever got married.
Oh, yeah.
Very odd. He's not letting a man get out of her sight long enough to go to a little old lodge meeting.
Why, it's plumb ridiculous. Oh, say, speaking of them minutes, you might as well take them with you, Grandpap.
Well, why don't you go ahead and take them, Abner?
Oh, I don't know. Well, there's just a chance that I might not get there myself.
Might not, huh?
No, so here, you just take them right along with
Well,
you.
I don't know, Abner. I ain't sure that I'm going to the meeting. Got some other stuff I might want to do around home.
Other stuff.
Yeah,
You mean charity?
sorta.
Oh.
Why ain't you going? Elizabeth?
Sorter. It ain't that she won't let me go. Exactly. I could go.
Oh, I could too, first that goes.
But I just figured it'd be a heap easier not to go and to have to listen to all that join for the next week.
And healthier.
Seems awful strange that you can go out any night you want to, but I have to sit home darning your socks.
Why, you never darn no socks for me.
That's
now.
Elizabeth
Oh,
talking.
I know. Yeah, I get the same
I'm a
flat-footed
actor.
stuff. It ain't worth it. You know, Abner, when you come right down to it, me and you ain't a whole lot better off than old Mousy Gray.
Do you know any married man that is?
Abner, tell me, confidential, if you had it to do over again, would you? Or would you stay a bachelor?
Well,
Go on, tell the truth. I won't repeat it.
well, I will say now, there's times when I sort of think maybe being a bachelor has a lot of advantages.
Yeah, you take, for instance, Ed Wilford.
Ed.
There's a lucky man. When he wants to go out of an evening, there ain't a soul in the world he has to ask. Just goes anywhere he wants to. Does anything he wants to. His own boss.
Yeah, wait a minute, there comes poor old Lum. Dogged, I just dread to hear what he's gonna tell us. Oh. Howdy, Lum. How did your meeting with Miss Emaline come out?
Granny, it couldn't have come out better. Got everything all fixed up.
Fixed up?
And what's more, you may be looking at the future Mr. Eddards.
Future Mr. Eddards?
Well, don't be surprised if wedding bells ring for me after all.
For the land sakes, well, tell us what happened, Lum.
Well, I ain't got time right now. I've got to go report to the school board.
Oh.
I'll see you fellas later.
Yeah, all right. Well, I do know. Did you hear what he said, Grandpap? Wedding bell.
Well, there you are, just like I was saying. That Lum is the unluckiest one human that ever drawed breath. Out of one batch of trouble into something worse.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot-'em-Down store. Lum is talking on the telephone.
Oh, well, it weren't so much, Ezra. You just have to know how to handle situations like that's all. It just takes a little brain work mixed up with some psychology, and that just happens to be two of my strong points.
Huh.
Well, yeah, I'm proud to straighten out too, Ezra, and from now on ain't a thing to worry about. Leastways, not as long as the school board's got me for president.
Brag.
Well, much obliged for calling, Ezra.
Gina, that's right.
All right, fine. Goodbye. As them board members can't get over what a good job I done in talking Miss Emaline out of resigning.
Yeah, that's the third one of them that's called up today, ain't it?
Well, I'll say one thing. They know they got a president now.
Yeah, just how did you talk Miss Emaline out of resigning, Lum? You ain't settled down long enough since yesterday to tell me nothing.
Well, I just mixed up a little brain work with a little psychology.
Yeah, I know all about that, but just tell me what you actual done. Exactly what did you say to her?
Oh, I don't recollect my exact words.
Well, just give me a rough idea. Did you say, please don't resign, or what?
Well, let's see. It's all confidential stuff, I think.
Well, I'd love to know what you said. Whatever it was, it must have been awful good. Of course, when you went over there, you'd have feared you'd get thrown in jail just for talking to her, and then when you come back, you was raving about wedding bells.
Yeah.
So you must have said something pretty good. Now, what was it? Come on now, Lum. Tell me.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. It just sounded like I was bragging on myself.
Well, you oughtn't to mind doing it then. Come on now, what was it?
Oh, I forget now.
Think hard. Did you come right out flat-footed and ask her to marry you?
Well, no.
Did she ask you to marry her?
No, of course not, silly.
Well, who asked who what?
Abner, I don't know.
Did you ask her to be engaged?
No.
Did you sort of hint around?
Well, no.
For the land's sakes, then, whatever give you the idea that wedding bells are going to ring for you, Lum?
Well, Abner, that's just one of them things you can tell without no words being spoke twixt the parties.
I don't know. I believe I'd rather have a little something more definite to go on than that.
Well, that look in her eyes was definite enough for me.
It was.
I could see the love light burning in them.
You could, huh?
Oh, yeah. It looked like a couple of bonfires, mightn't I?
Well, did you hold her hand, Lum?
Oh, for pity's sakes, Abner, such talk.
Well, what did you do? What did you say? Oh, me, as near as I can tell, all you done is stand there looking at the bonfires and saying nothing twixt you.
Oh, it weren't that bad.
Well, what did she say then? Now, one of you must have talked, Lum.
Well, she started out by saying she's awful sorry for the way she'd been acting towards me.
Said she's sorry, huh?
Yeah. Said she was ashamed of herself the way she carried on, and said she never wanted to resign her job at all. Claimed she just said that in a fit of tempers.
Yeah? Well, what excuse did she have for getting that injunctions out again you?
Oh, she never actually done that.
Oh.
No, she just told you over the phone that day that she's going to.
Oh, bluffing.
Never meant it, though.
Why, that's right.
Fact is, she asked me to forgive her for that and everything else.
Did she actually say that?
Oh, yeah. Said the whole thing was her fault.
Her fault?
I said, no, it wasn't. It's my fault.
Oh.
She said it were not my fault, and I said it was. Finally, I got her to agree with me. I'll tell you, Abner, there's a wonderful woman.
You mean that you got her to agree it was your fault, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
The whole thing started when I exaggerated about me knowing the president of a railroad.
Well, now, Lum, that was a little more than exaggerating, wasn't it? You don't know nobody that works for a railroad, let alone the president. I'll bet you don't know a gandy dancer even on a railroad.
Well, I've rode on trains, though.
Oh.
Talked to news butchers. Struck up quaint, sort of.
Yeah.
For all you know, one of them news butchers might have worked up to be president.
He sold them grapes at the same price he tried to get from me. He might own the railroad by this time.
Oh, I admit I exaggerate. No doubts about it.
Yeah, I see thee. No doubts about it, all right.
But I told Miss Emaline that I weren't never going to exaggerate again if I lived to be 182-year-old.
You'll never make it.
And she said she thought that was a good resolve for me to make.
Well, I doggy, she's right. Now, there's one thing that gets you into most of your trouble, that exaggerating, Lum.
I know it, Abner, but that's all over now. I'm a changed man.
You can't get on the telephone and talk to some woman without you start telling her some of the outlandishest things about yourself I ever hear.
Oh, boy, it ain't that bad.
It is, Donnie. I've stood here and listened to you tell Miss Emaline and Miss Fredericks before her and Evelina Shoes before her that you was a cousin of some King Eddards and I don't know what all.
Yeah, well, that was exaggerating.
Why, of course.
Yeah, I ain't a cousin.
Of course not.
Just a descendant of the King Eddardses. Arkansas branch.
Ah.
But I tell you, I'm all done with that stuff now, Abner.
Well, I hope so.
From now on, when I say something, you can just put dependence on it being undiluted truth. Not even a little bit exaggerated.
Well, hooray for you.
You know, Abner, I feel like a changed man already.
You do?
I sure do. And I've got her to thank for it. She's the one I'm doing this for.
Well, I don't see where it makes any difference who you're doing it for, just so you do it, Lum.
Oh, I tell you, me and her had a wonderful talk. We understand one another now.
Well.
Frank Foster won't have a chance in the wide world with her now.
He won't.
Yes, it looks like clear sailing for L. Eddard. I'm running on the inside track now. Got out in front and improved my position.
Well, now, make up your mind. Are you afoot or afloat? One time you're sailing, now you're running.
I ain't neither one. I'm flying.
Flying?
And, Abner, I want to do something nice for her. Something to show her how I appreciate all she's did for me.
Well, how about a nice box of peanut brittle? Send it over there.
No, I want to do something different this time.
Well, if you want to go whole hog, you can get some of them chocolate-covered cherries down there.
No, I mean, I want to take her out someplace. Show her a good time.
Oh.
Take her out to supper. Maybe even go someplace after supper.
All in one night?
Oh, yeah, I want to do this up right.
Well, let's see. Could take her down to Luke Spears' lunchroom to start off with, I guess.
Oh, I'd rather go someplace where I can get something fancy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can get a dandy hot beef sandwich there now. Them's always good.
Yeah, it is nice, but I don't know.
Lots of gravy on them. That old Luke, he floats them good. And Luke's been squeezing out some of the outdoingness designed with them mashed potatoes lately. Fancy.
Yeah, I know, but I've had that. I'd like something different.
Different? Well, I believe he's starting to have some pork down there now. You can get a hot pork sandwich.
Well, I favor the beef myself.
Well, mix them up then. You can have hot beef and she can have hot pork.
No, that still ain't fancy enough.
Oh.
Wish there's some big party I could take her to.
Party?
You don't know of any parties anybody's having, do you?
I don't believe I do.
You wouldn't want to put on a party over at your place, would you?
Well, no, Elizabeth ain't done with her fall plowing. I know, just wait a minute, I know something, though. There's a big box supper and roller skating party out at Pin Oak Pavilion.
When's that going to be?
I don't know, sometime this week, though. Of course, I don't reckon you'd be interested in that, though.
I don't know why not.
Well, roller skating, I mean. Of course, you could go for the box supper part of it, I reckon.
Sure. I just want someplace to go that's got good victuals and bright lights and all that.
Yeah, well, they bought some new lanterns in here the other day that's going to be bright.
Someplace I can be Saul with her.
Yeah, I'll carry your own lantern then. Why don't you call her up and ask her, Long?
Granny, I believe I will. Right this minute.
For the land sakes, what's come over you? All as before, when I tried to get you to call her up, you practical run out the back door.
I told you I'm a changed man.
Doggy, you
I
there.
ain't scared of telephones no more. Wait.
Here's
Hello, Miss
me,
Emaline. This is Lummy.
That.
Oh, you did.
That's where I take it.
Recognize my voice, Ed.
Well, that ain't nothing. I can do that.
How are you? Well, that's good. That's just dandy fine.
Little Lummy.
I understand there's going to be a box supper and roller skating party at the Pin Oaks Pavilion this week.
It's the sweetest little thing I ever saw.
You heard about it, huh? Well, I hadn't thought so much about the roller skating part, but I thought that... How's that?
Adam's apple down to here.
Frank Foster? Why, he couldn't learn a body nothing.
Uh-oh.
Listen, if you want somebody to learn you how to roller skate, just talk to me.
Oh, my.
Why, of course I can.
Can't not long. Be careful now.
Why, I've known how to roller skate since before I could walk.
Recollect
Fact
what
is,
you
I
said.
was a champion skater once.
Oh.
I believe, sort of. Why, it was over in Oklahoma, I believe. Oh, I done figure eights and figure nines and final got up to figure 10 and all that stuff.
You couldn't stand up long enough to make a figure one with two crutches.
Why, no, you wouldn't be clumsy. I could learn you how in no time at all.
Oh, my.
Why, I'd be proud to.
Yeah, Lummy, okay.
All right, fine. Hitch a date then. Well, good for you, or me, or both. I'll see you for then, won't I? All right, Miss Emaline. Goodbye, honey.
What was that you said after you hung up?
Huh? Oh, nothing. Granny, it's a wonderful world, Abner. A wonderful world.
Yeah, sure is, champ.
Yeah, it's... Champ.
That's what you just told Miss Emaline. You're the champion skater of Oklahoma.
Did I tell her that, Jonah?
Yeah, and furthermore, you're going to learn her how to skate.
Oh, my goodness. Abner, I ain't never been on a pair of roller skates in my whole life. Dad, blame it, I did it again.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the old community today, we find the fellows in the Jot 'em Down store. Lum, a pair of roller skates strapped to his feet, is sitting on the floor. Listen.
Well, get up, Lum. Don't just sit there on the floor. You can't learn how to roller skate sitting down now. I told you that.
Well, I'm just resting for a minute, Abner.
Fact is, I don't believe you're ever going to learn, Lum. You better give up this idea.
I can't give it up. I'm taking Miss Emaline to that party out at Pin Oaks Pavilion, and I promised her I'd learn her how to roller skate. Now, Grannies, I'm going to do it if it's the last thing I ever do.
Well, another half hour of this, and it will be the last thing you ever do.
Oh, don't be so skeptical. I'll get it. Come on, help me up.
All right, grab hold. Come on now.
Oh, my aching back. My back.
You wouldn't be in this mix-up if you hadn't went and told Miss Emaline you was a roller skate in Champaign, Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's too late to worry about that now. Done told her, so now I'm stuck with it. Hold me tighter, Abner.
I've got
my
you.
feet slipping again.
I'm holding you as tight as I can. Doggies, I'm tired, Lum.
Well, what are you tired for? All you did is just push me around a little bit.
It ain't the pushing I mind. It's that everlasting picking you up that's wearing me out.
Well, I ain't gonna fall no more, I don't think. All right, I'm ready. Let's
hold it now.
Try it again now, but go easy this time.
All right. Here it goes now. Here it goes.
Easy, I said.
We're going, just watch your feet now. They're going off in different directions again.
Well, how are you going to keep them from doing that?
Well, aim them both at the same thing. Straighten them up there.
I don't seem to have no control over them.
Well, bend your legs a little bit.
Foot gets to going in one direction, I can't stop it.
You got your legs stiff as a couple of boards. Then straighten yourself up.
All right, how's that?
Well, that's better.
Well, don't let go of me.
Now you're going.
Hey, look.
The land sakes, Lum. Look what you did to the canned tomatoes, and I worked all morning stacking them up pretty that way.
Well, it's your own fault you oughtn't to let go of me.
Well, Lord, you've got to learn to skate by yourself, Lum. I can't go out there to the pavilions with you and push you around the floor all night.
No, I guess that's right.
That'd look fine, me pushing a Champaign roller skater Oklahoma around while he learns his lady friend how to skate.
Well, let's see. Maybe we better figure out some other system here.
Well, that's a good idea. And I think I know just the system, too. You stay here and I'll go home.
No, now, wait a minute, Abner. You've got to help me.
Lum, I've told you everything I know about roller skating, and you still don't seem to catch on to it.
Well, I'll get it. You'll just be using the wrong tic-tacs is all. How'd you learn how to skate?
No, that's so long ago I don't recollect. Just come to me natural, I reckon.
Well, there must be some way of learning a body to do it.
Well, Fred, I don't know. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I just happen to recollect something.
Well, good.
In a carnival one time, I seen a fella learning a bear how to skate.
A bear?
Yes, sir. Doggies, if a bear can learn it, you can too, Lum. You're just as smart as any bear there is.
Well, now, wait a minute.
No, sir, that's the truth. When it comes to brains, I'll put you up against any bear you can name. Any two bears.
Well, I know that.
That's the way I like to hear you talk. Now you're getting confidence in yourself. Now, here's the way I seen that feller do it in the carnival. He tied a rope around the bear's neck and then led him around.
All right, just stop right where you're at. I ain't going to have no rope tied around my neck. I can tell you that right here and now.
Well, you wouldn't have to wear the rope to the party, Lum. We could take it off before we got there.
I don't want no rope on my neck at no time.
Well, I mean,
Norris.
Just wear it while I'm learning you how to skate. Then I'll pull you around the store. Be a heap easier than picking you up all the time.
Now, them things dangerous around your neck. I had a uncle once that died with one of them on there.
Well, you ain't stole no horses, old Lum. I'm just gonna learn you how to
I ain't no bear.
Lum, I know that. I can tell that easy. You're a heap skinnier than a bear. Well, I will say, though, that you get in about the same position when you skate. You kind of lean forward with your arms stretched out in front of you. If you had a fur on, doggies, I don't know where I could tell the difference.
All right, Abner, you can just stop them smart remarks right now.
You don't sleep all winter, do you?
You don't know how serious a matter this is. If Miss Emaline finds out I exaggerated again, it'd just be the end of everything. Come on now, you just got to help me.
Well, I still think that rope I'd be... wait a minute. There comes Squire Skimp. Maybe he knows how to roller skate.
Abner, don't you even mention this to Squire. And get them skates off of me quick, or get me up here one.
Yeah, all right, here, I'll unstrap them. I don't see what you're worried about, though.
Well, that'd look fine. The town's leading merchant wearing a pair of roller skates during business hours. Abner, hurry up.
Well, I'm trying. I can't get them undid. These buckles are stuck or something.
Well, do something. I can't let Squire see me this way.
I know. Wait a minute. I know what to do. Get behind the counter, Lum. He can't see your feet when you're back there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, help me here.
All right,
push me back there.
Well, try to keep your feet going in the same direction.
I'm doing the best I know how.
We ain't got time for that spread formation. Come on, get them together. Grab hold of the counter there. That'll help.
Yeah, I can make it all right.
Well, gentlemen, splendid day. Yeah, howdy, Squire. Come on in. What can we do for you?
Oh, not a thing, Abner. I just wanted to see Lum.
Well, he's right. Hey, Lum? Lum, where are you? He's here just a minute. Oh, there he is. See him there, Squire?
No, where?
Right there. His head sticking over the counter. Lum, Squire wants to see you.
Oh, howdy, Squire.
What in the world are you doing down there, Lum?
Oh, not much. Just marking some prices on some stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, come on out here, Lum. I want to talk to you.
Well, I'm pretty busy right now, Squire. Can't you talk to me from there?
Well, this may take a little time, Lum. I'd like to sit down and have a nice, good discussion with you.
Well, yeah, couldn't we discuss this some other time? I've just got to get these prices marked on here today.
Well, I'll be proud to do that for you, Lum. Come on out and talk to Squire.
Abner, for goodness sake, shut up.
What I want to talk to you about, Lum, is your accident insurance.
Accident insurance?
Yes, your present policy has expired, and, you never can tell when you'll have a fall of some kind. Yes, special, Lum.
Abner, watch yourself.
Now, we have a brand new policy that beats the old one all holler, Lum. So now, if you're interested in renewing, I recommend it very highly to you.
Well, I am interested, more than you know.
Well, fine. You just step right out here and put your John Henry on the dotted line. I'll take care of everything else for you.
Yeah, well, couldn't we do it some other time?
Lum, this is a matter that a man shouldn't put off.
Well, I'll tell you what, Squire. If you're going to be in your office, I'll drop around and see you in about a half hour.
Well, all right, but don't make it any later than that, Lum. I've got to go over to Olden and close a little real estate deal there this afternoon.
Well, don't worry. I'll be there. Fact is, I might even take out 2 policies.
Well, fine. Now, that's the way I like to hear you talk. Well, I'll see you over at the office then, Lum.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so long, Squire.
All right, Abner, come over here and help me get up now.
Can't you even get up by yourself? Doggy, you look silly with just your head sticking over the counter there. Why didn't you stand up? He couldn't seen you had on roller skates.
Well, to tell the truth, I don't know where I can or not. I might have broke a leg on that last fall.
Broke a leg? Lord me, why didn't you say something, Lum?
Well, I was feared to after Squire said my accident insurance had expired.
Oh?
Never wanted to take a chance like that.
No, that's right. Well, I don't blame you. Here, let me help you up. Which leg is it?
I don't know. Can't even tell that. That's how bad off I am. Easy, Abner. Easy.
Yeah, there you are. Both of your legs look pretty straight, Lum. I don't believe they're broke.
No, I guess not. They feel all right now.
Yeah, you're wiggling them. That's all right.
Yes, sir, I don't believe I'm ever going to learn to roller skate, though.
Amen.
Maybe I better call Miss Emaline and talk her out of this skating party.
That's the first sensible thing you said all day.
Yeah, push me over to the phone, Abner.
All right, I'm glad to do it. Here, come on now. Here we go. Here we
I don't know
go.
just what excuse I'll use, but I can see right now I weren't cut out to be a roller skater.
Well, that's been my idea on the subject all along. Here, grab hold of the phone before you go past it, Lum.
You better hold on to me.
Well, grab it.
Yeah, I've got it, but I can't hang here.
Well, go ahead. I got you. Don't get it.
Feet roll out from under me. Here I'll be hanging.
You're gonna sail right by. Stand up there. That's our boy.
She ain't gonna be too disappointed. Wished I could think of some place else to take her instead. I don't believe she'd like roller skating no way.
Not with you, she wouldn't.
Wait a minute. Hello?
Got to hold you up all night.
Is this Miss Emaline? This is Lummy.
Oh, Lummy.
Lum. Yeah.
Killer Eddard, you ought to call it.
Say, about that skating party out at the pavilion, I was wondering if you actually wanted to go to such a thing as that.
Sit down and skate with Lum. That'd be a lot of fun.
Well, 'cause I thought maybe you'd rather go somewhere else.
Anything.
Why can't we? Oh. Oh, my. Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, Miss Emaline. Goodbye.
What in the world happened to you?
You know what?
Huh?
Miss Emaline told that about me being the champion skater of Oklahoma, so they got a big surprise for me.
Surprise?
Yeah, at the party, they're going to call on me to give a fancy skating exhibition.
Skating exhibition? You?
Yes, sir, me. Abner, don't let go of me. There goes my feet again. Look out, look out.